Hey everyone. So today I'm looking at the zodiac sine wave. So you've got Aries the ram, Taurus the bull, Gemini the twins, Cancer the crab, Leo the lion, Mary the virgin, Virgo, which is usually represented by a virgin collecting wheat, then Libra, which is represented by the scales, then Scorpio, the scorpion, Sagittarius, the horse or the centaur, the archer, and Capricorn, which is the goat that's transforming into a fish, the water carrier Aquarius, and Pisces, the fish. So the start of the sine wave begins with Aries, as Aries represents the head, Taurus represents the neck and shoulders, Gemini represents the arms or the hands, the chest and the breasts are represented by Cancer. Leo represents the heart, the lion heart. Mary, the Virgin Mary, represents the belly, the pregnant belly that would be prominent. Libra represents the kidneys, the balancing of what goes on in your blood. Scorpio represents the genitalia, explosive power that is contained within the Scorpio sign that is used for pregnancy. Uh, if it's unexpected, could be considered a sting from a scorpion. The Sagittarius, which is the horse. The horse in Greek is hippo, so it'd be a so Sagittarius represents the hips. Capricorn would be the kneecaps and the knees, as the goat would use to climb up from the bottom of the mountain. The Aquarius is the shins, because Aquarius represents the waters of truth, and Shinjitsu is truth, or Shin in Japanese is truth. And Pisces represent the feet, the flippadippers. So everything has the zodiac encoded into it when it comes to creation. The sine wave is one way to look at it, which would just carry on going in like an eternal roller coaster ride, going up three, down three, down three, and up three. And like perfect alpha wave fashion. But when you bring it back upon itself, and instead of having it as a wave, have it as a field, that's when you find some other interesting patterns. So the field now is two complete circles where you have a wheel. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpion, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. That is the zodiac wheel that we'd be familiar with. It has Aries at 9 o'clock, which is important. Yeah, having Aries at the 9 o'clock position, which is ruled by Mars, which represents Adam, as you have Ma'adim in Hebrew is what they call Mars. Adam also means red or blood. And on the other side, you would have Libra or Laivra. So Adam and Eve. Libra is ruled by Venus or Eve Venus. You got the two opposites, Adam and Eve, and of course, the one that's by the middle line of symmetry is the scales, the balancer, the one that rules the kidneys. We have two kidneys. And then the way that the double sine wave creates like a double zero, so two O's. It's the infinity symbol. You've also, if you were to imagine them being connected, like a lot of rings to connect the signs, what you are staring at is a torus field. So it starts with the sine wave, which is Aries. Then you get the torus field, which is Taurus. Then Gemini, you have the two polarities. The Cancer is where the two polarities work in harmony. The Leo at the 1 o'clock position is quite interesting because the glyph also looks like a sperm. And that would be the sperm that impregnates the Virgin. The Virgin with poor judgment can feel the sting of the scorpion. It's actually quite interesting how there's almost a face forming. You have two eyes and a mouth, and you have two wisps of hair, maybe a beard, a bit of a goatee. It works with pretty much most of creation. If you went inside your head, you have the cerebrum, then the cerebellum, the trigeminal nerve. You'll find the hippocampus, which I think means seahorse in Greek. You'll find all of these parts coming up again and again. The 4 DNA patterns. So you have A, T, G, and C, which are the 4 DNA strains that make everything up. The 4 bases for DNA structure being A, T, G, and C: adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer. The ATGC that I don't believe is don't believe that is a coinkydink. Interesting that Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. It starts with the A rise. As the sun starts to rise. Aries is an anagram of arise. The Taurus field. We have Agnos, which is fire. Terra, which is earth. That's A for Aries, T for Taurus. Gemini is an air sign, and you take the breath of God. That'd be the G for Gemini. Cancer is a water sign, and you have the C for Cancer. Cancer is also ruled by the moon, so the moon has dominance over the seas. In the first 4 elements, you have everything. Everything else in the zodiacal wheel is a reflection of the journey from center to up. Then you have the journey from up down to center, and the journey from center to below, and then back up to the center. This is actually the same structure as the 4 chord song. So first you go up, blung, then center, blung, then down, blung, blung. Everything follows this same sine wave pattern. Whenever you see 2 O's in a word, there's a reference to the double sine wave. Like to look as an L, two O's, and a K. The two O's represent the two eyes that would go around searching. Your eyes would be made up of all of these different angles of light. The placement of the sun when you were born, and that's the angles of light that there were on your day of birth. So, say if you're born in Aries, that's where the sun is. It's shining upon us from that angle in that house. Therefore, you would have more prominent traits of that house, even though all of us have traits of every house. None of us are just a head. We have head, neck, arms, chest, heart, stomach, kidneys, genitals, hips, kneecaps, shins, and flipperdippers. Interesting how Aries has an A in it, and it's the first one, like the first letter. T for Taurus, which is the first letter of the word two, as it's the start of being in duality. The word bull also starts with the B. G, as in the old Abjad's alphabets, you used to have ABG rather than ABC. Aleph, Bet, Gimel, Alpha, Beta, Gamma. Instead of Delta, you have the C, as if the G and C have turned up together in this one. Got the Aries is a masculine ruled by Mars. Taurus is the feminine ruled by Venus. So Aries is the head, the man is the head of the house. Taurus is the neck, the woman is the neck that guides the head. That's how they work in harmony. This is just an introduction to the sine wave. If you ever see a double S in a word, it's because the sine wave represents the letter S. It's the snaky line. There's so much to unpack in this wheel. There's so many different aspects of it to explore. I could show you how they have perfect balance within the cardinal, mutable, and fixed points of the zodiac. How there is these three states of each of the four elements, and they're all arranged to form perfect balance. You'd have, like in spring, get Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, but no Cancer, so that's fire, earth, and air, but no water. So in those 3 months is when the sun starts coming out. There hasn't been much sun in the previous months, meaning there hasn't been a lot of rainwater collected in the atmosphere. So it doesn't rain much throughout spring. You do get April showers that would fall in Taurus, but that's just showers. That's not rain. So you don't tend to get much rain in the first season. And summer, you would get water, fire, earth, but you get no air because it does get a bit hard to breathe sometimes in the summer. There's not a lot of air in the atmosphere. And you do get quite a few showers after the sun's been beaten down and collecting all this water. You do get quite a lot of rain in the summer, especially in Britain. You get Libra, which is an air sign, Scorpio, which is water, Sagittarius, which is fire. There's no earth. You get no earth, as that's when things stop growing. Not a lot of growth in the natural things. It's what we know as the fall of man. Then Capricorn is earth, Aquarius is air, and Pisces is water. Get no fire in the winter, so that's when it's really cold. So you don't get a lot of heat generated So this is just an introduction to what the sine wave is. I'll show you in other videos how I managed to syncretize it to the Chinese zodiac or other things that involve famous 12s. Until then, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.